Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Creative Tavern. My name is Christopher Lee. I'm a concept artist, been in the industry for about 10 years now. Worked with companies such as Walt Disney Imagineering as well as Universal Studio Creative. And I'm here today with my buddy, Michael Welker. Say hello.
Hello, everybody. My name is Michael O. Welker. I'm a software developer, writer, and creative producer. Uh, though I think one of these days I'm going to try to find a title that's a little bit shorter than having to say all those things. So stay tuned. But anyway, yeah, I was a creative producer in the theme park industry, which is where I got to meet Chris, and we got to work on a bunch of really cool theme park projects together. And recently, when we found ourselves in between big projects, we said, "Hey, why don't we put our heads together and do something together, just the two of us?" Took us a while to figure out what that was, but we eventually settled on two things. One, learning how to make a video game, and two, establishing the Creative Tavern. That way, other people could watch us make that video game. And lo and behold, 6 months later, we finished the game. The game is out now. It's a prototype of a rail shooter game, uh, and it's the first game that Chris and I have ever made. We're both very proud of it, though it definitely has some bugs and could use a lot more work. But hey,
Polish.
part of the creative process is you have to, at some point, you have to say, pencils down.
Mm,
We're stopping here. Get the thing out into the world. We can't keep working on it forever. We got to move on to other things,
yeah.
uh, which we would like to do. And as part of the future of the Creative Tavern, you're going to see other creative projects from us.
Mm-hmm.
But in addition to that, we also established the Creative Tavern to have like a forum for like-minded creative folks
Yeah.
like yourself. And to tell you more about that, I'm going to hand it back to
Cool.
Chris.
Thank you, Michael. And just to let you guys know, I went ahead and put the link in the chat. So if you guys are interested in checking the game out, just go ahead and click on the Dropbox link, and then you'll be able to download the game as well as take a look at the instructions on how to play, as well as a feedback link to give us an idea of what you guys think what the game is. So there's that. But the Creative Tavern, yes, we created this channel is for creative people such as Michael, myself, and Lissy, as well as Captain Blue Blue. Anyone who is creative, it doesn't have to be art, it doesn't have to be drawing, it could be singing, writing, dancing, whatever it is. If you want to share it, we are here to support your journey because the design journey is not an easy one. Sometimes we hit roadblocks and we don't know how to get through it until we have someone else to give us feedback and be like, oh hey Michael, if you do this, it'll it might present a solution. Or Chris, you've been staring at this for a long time. Why don't you walk away and then come back and make it blue instead of green? What do you think about that, Chris? I was like, oh yeah, that's much better. So feedback. So we are here as a as a place where we could facilitate one another's work, and we do have a Discord. And if you want to share your work, it's you guys are more than welcome to put it in the Discord. And every Sunday, which is today, we will take a look at it and just be we'll marvel at your amazing work. So yeah, very very.
I see what you did there.
Yes. Well, we also have some cool thumbnail sketches done by Captain Blue Blue today, and we will take a look at that. I was on Captain Blue Blue stream, and he's currently designing his spaceship for his story and everything. He was talking about the Normandy, and then he made a comment that made me go, "What?" He said the Normandy can fill about 600 people. I was like, 600 people? I only see 7 people on this ship total. And then he's like, no, that's because of the game processing, and the game in itself is the story wise. You don't need 600 people to be on there, but I think technically it's their whole reason why is because they don't want to put too many people on that ship. Keeps the RAM low, I guess. But
Hmm.
yeah, it's a oh wait, I'm being corrected. Stand by. Captain Blue says no, 50 to 100. Oh, I'm getting confused. Yeah, his ship fits 600 people. The Normandy can fit 50 to 100. Okay, all right, that makes a little bit more sense. Okay, all right, okay. All right. See, on this channel, we also talk about nerdy stuff too. So this is coming from Michael and myself. Yes, and your guys' thoughts are most definitely welcome to be here. So what was I saying? Yes, Creative Tavern. We welcome you guys. If you guys want to join us, you guys are most definitely welcome. And Michael, am I missing anything else? I probably added a few extra stuff in there that probably doesn't need to be talked about, but that's fine. It's fine.
I think you hit all the major points.
Cool.
I think.
Cool. Sweet. And so yeah, the Overwatch came out a few days ago.
Oh, before that though,
Yeah.
we should say like maybe just a quick table of contents for today's stream. What are we talking about? Because normally what we would do is
Mm,
when we're in the middle of a creative project is on Wednesdays I would give an update
right.
and talk about my contributions to the project, and then on Sundays Chris would give his update.
Yeah.
But we're not working on a project right now,
Right.
so what are we doing, Chris?
We are having fun. In a sense, we're kind of like relaxing. We're not gonna be like, all right, now that we finished this project, now we're gonna lay out our 2 year plan. This is the next thing that we're gonna be doing. No, we're taking some time off. We're just going to do a little decompression and a little bit of reflection as to what I will be doing, and then what Michael is going to do, and then how our personal goals, how it'll kind of like intertwine, and what's the next project we are going to do. And that's something that we're still working on. But for this week, and in a few weeks that's coming up, we're just gonna take it a little bit easy and just have fun, play games, and talk about movies, talk about video games, talk about anything that is going on with our lives. And yeah, Michael, do you have anything you want to add to that? And thank you so much for bringing that up.
Yeah, no problem. The only thing that I'll add to that is I'll give my little uh, creativity coach pep talk about why that's important.
Yeah.
Um, you can't just work all the time and just hustle, hustle, hustle. You have to take breaks. You need rest. You need time to recover. The human nervous system, human beings in general, our bodies are not designed to work constantly. They are designed to encounter resistance, to do a lot of difficult work, uh, and then they need time to rest and recover and build themselves up stronger to repair damage and to reinforce uh, in order to in order such that when we encounter that resistance or have to do that same kind of work again in the future, we can do it a little bit more easily.
Yeah.
We're a little bit better prepared to tackle that, make that happen. And the creative process is no different. Whether you are learning new art skills or you are working on creative things, um, it's important to work as hard as you can, but to also stop, take a rest, don't work on something, let yourself, let your nervous system, let your brain, let your spirit recover. Uh, and then when you do the next thing, when you come back to it, you'll be completely refreshed and re-energized and recharged. And you can do it even better than you did before.
Mm.
So we're practicing what we preach. We worked really hard for the past 6 months on that game, and now we're going to spend a little bit of time intentionally
Hmm.
not working on something, even though sometimes that can be tough because you're chomping at the bit to like, oh man, now I can finally do all these other things that I couldn't do before. But it's important to hold those horses, relax, and play.
Yeah. And Michael, what have you been up to these past few days now that the game is
Oh
done?
man. So for like the past year, really, since because even though the last 6 months were the video game, the 6 months before that, you and I had already talked about working on something, and we spent a lot of time trying to figure out what that was, and there's a whole blue sky phase that we actually didn't include as part of the Creative Tavern stream because we hadn't the Creative Tavern at that time.
Right.
Um, so it's been a year that we've really been hard on this stuff. And there were all these, like the big thing for me is I had heard several things coming out on Netflix that I hadn't watched. There was this thing called Squid Game, Arcane, the latest season of Stranger Things, and a whole bunch of other things that I hadn't even heard about, but that I've discovered. But basically, I re-upped my Netflix, just been binging the crap out of all this stuff that I missed. Boy, howdy, there's some good stuff
Yeah.
on Netflix like that content's really good. So that's mostly what I've been up to. Is just a lot of Netflix stuff, a little bit of reading and a couple of books here and there. But for the most part, um, I'm binging. I've
Nice.
been binging my to get caught up on shows.
Nice.
So
Well, that's awesome, man. I'm glad you're able to
yeah,
just relax because I know you've been, working like 24/7 on the game just to meet our deadline, and that takes a lot of discipline and focus to do that. So yeah, thank you so much for pulling all that energy out and making our making our game come to reality. And yeah, again, that takes so much work and dedication. So yeah, it's it's definitely something to be very very proud of. Yeah. Oh, Captain Blue
Thank
Blue
you, man.
says, I think the crew is so low in the game story wise because they were in a hurry to get going. Oh yeah, that makes sense. And 100 if 100 were if they stripped the ship from all luxury furniture. And he says fun, yeah. Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, cuz I it's been years since I played Mass Effect, but that makes sense because they were just trying to hurry up and get like a skeleton crew together to accomplish whatever mission that they were going on, right? So yeah, that makes sense, Captain Blue Blue. But yeah, Michael, very very awesome. Again, I'm glad you're just kind of decompressing and finally watching Squid Games and Arcane. God, I really really want to ask you, like, did you finish Arcane yet?
I did.
Okay, and out of 1 to 10, what is your review?
I don't want to say because I want you to watch it, and I
Ah,
don't want to color my expectation.
I
Well, I don't know. Are you planning to watch Arcane? Is it at all? Is that interesting to
it's
you,
very
or because if
it's very very interesting to me. I don't mind hearing your reviews. I already know other people's reviews. Everyone says like it's freaking amazing. It's better than sex. It's so good and it's one of the best animations ever or from a video game to animation like a movie or show, right? It's done really really well. And yeah, so give me your thoughts without any spoilers. Give me your thoughts on how
sure,
Arcane is.
I'll okay. In that case, I'll tell you, but I'm going to keep it brief.
Okay.
Um, and this is coming from somebody who loves animation, who thinks animation is like the pinnacle of human art. I don't really think there's, and I don't mean to demean any other forms of art because they're all amazing in their own way. But for me personally, that's the one that just resonates with my soul on a whole other level. I just love animation. I think Arcane is one, definitely one of, possibly the best thing I've ever seen.
Damn.
It is amazing. Yeah, I'm just in shock at how good it is.
Wow. That's
It's, yeah,
that.
everything about it. The story, the characters, the animation, the art style, the music, the dialogue, the lore,
Uh-huh.
the story
Uh-huh.
world. I mean, and I went into this knowing nothing about League of Legends other than Riot Games makes it, millions of people play it and they love it, and there's something in the game called jungling. Um, but other than that, I didn't really know anything about the characters. It's not perfect. It's definitely not perfect. There are some things that I saw and were like, ooh, kind of missed a little bit of an opportunity there.
Uh-huh.
But it's still just it's unlike anything anybody has ever attempted in animation
Wow.
and succeeded this spectacularly.
Wow.
It's so it's so good.
Okay. That's awesome,
And
man.
I've been watching the like making of what they've got this whole series on YouTube of these like half-hour
Yeah.
episodes. And the making of is fascinating because it was very difficult for them to make that series.
It
You watch it and think like, "Oh man, these people are geniuses. They hit a home run here. They must have known exactly what they were doing." Not the case. The
interest
creative process is very messy, and
interesting.
Arcane is no exception.
Yeah, because I love the style, the look of it. I mean, it looks like a 2D flat art, but it's actually 3D, and they made it look amazing, right? Again, I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't. It's not a spoiler. I mean, do they use 3D for it? To do the whole animation? It's 3D, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's a combination of 3D and 2D, but the 3D characters, they're not textured like they normally would be. They're all like hand painted, as though
Oh.
in the same way that you would just like digitally paint a 2D image
Yeah.
of characters, that's how they texture their characters. So everything has this stunning like digital paint aesthetic to it.
Oh,
And they make these just absolutely brilliant art choices about like the character detail is super high
right.
and some of the foreground detail is also pretty high, but as you get like further and away to focal points of a shot, the the painting detail is more and more sparse to where there's just some of these things are just like
Sure.
a single paint stroke to evoke a light hitting a pipe, uh, and it's just like every single frame is just beautiful. It's just absolutely,
Wow.
yeah. It's a man. I can't say enough. Like Arcane is has affected me in a pretty profound
Dang.
way. It's really good.
That's freaking awesome. With that said, Nick, hey, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Creative Tavern. Hello. So good to meet you. I'm Chris. This is Michael, and tonight we're just just talking about movies and video games, and yeah, because right now we're just talking about Arcane. I haven't seen it yet. Michael just gave his really short review of it, and yeah,
Glowing endorsement.
that's something that I definitely need to watch. I mean, there's so many things I need to watch. But yeah, Arcane is one of them, and all the reviews I haven't heard any negative reviews about it, and I think I've heard they're making a second season or a second part or something like that because it's been so
Yep.
well received. So, but yeah, welcome Nick K. Uh, I'm I'm going to call you Nick just to make it easier. But yeah, Captain Blue, Nick, Lissy, have you guys seen Arcane yet, and what did you think? Please let us know. But yeah, this is so cool. And again, Michael, I'm so glad you're able to just chillax and finally be able to have some free time and enjoy life.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's freaking cool. So with our programming today, and like Michael said, we will be talking about um the our MCU or we're gonna talk about Overwatch, MCU, do our MCU tier as well as looking at video games. Really quick, Michael, is it okay if after we talk about Overwatch, we we take a look at the artwork because I kind of don't want to rush the artwork at the end. My
Mm,
fear is that
sure.
oh crap, we don't have
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
We'll
yeah.
just so let's talk about Overwatch and then we'll take a look at artwork and then we'll do the whole MCU because we could stop the MCU list anytime we want, right?
Exactly.
Cool. And just to let you guys know, Nick, if you're an artist, if you are creative at all, again, welcome to the Tavern, Creative Tavern. We do have a Discord, and if you have any artwork or anything creative that you would like to share with us, feel free to check out our social and just click on that link and then follow us on the Discord, and then just upload anything you want to show in the gallery. Sorry, I'm in like so many Discord servers. I forget what's our thing called. A gallery. Just go ahead and post it in the gallery, and well, we'll take a look at it. All right. So let's talk a little bit about Overwatch 2, and I will go first. I will go first, and then Michael could give his opinions on it. So Overwatch 2 came out October 4th, 2022, and it it was painful. My God, it was painful to play initially because they had a lot of issues. Apparently, there's this thing called DDoS attacks, which I have no idea what the hell DDoS stands for. But I know people have been flooding their servers with information that makes people not be able to get into and play with the games, right? So one, I guess I'll ask you later, Michael, why the hell would anyone want to do that? That just seems kind of fucking stupid that people would do that. And second is it was fun. I got in and I played and then I got into a comp game and then I was playing and then it kicked me out. The server disconnected me. I was like, oh my god, it's gonna affect my ranking score. But apparently that was happening to everyone. So that was like, oh, okay, I'm not the only one that's happening to. I was actually watching one guy. He was playing, and then his victory was like at 87, 89, 99. Disconnect. I was like, oh shit, that sucks, man. He was like, yeah, he basically like took his earphone and he just chucked it. down like the thing. I was like, "Whoa, damn, dude, he's pissed. He's pissed." Hey, Cookie, how are you? So good to see you, Cookie. Hopefully you're doing well. Ah, high five. Yeah, so yes, the first few days of playing Overwatch, it was difficult. It was hard, and in order to play, there was like at least like 30,000 people ahead of me, and they're like, "Oh, there's like 30,000 people in the queue in front of you, so you're gonna have to wait and just be patient." And oh god, I was like. There was like one day where Overwatch shut down the server to prep the Overwatch 2, and I had this like withdrawal because usually for me when I'm working and I need a little bit of a break, I turn on Overwatch, play a few games, and then jump out and then continue working. But Overwatch was down on those few days, and I just like, oh god, I need my Overwatch fix. I need my Overwatch fix. So that's not really healthy, right? Uh, so yeah, I played it. Well, then after a few days passed by, went by, and it's October. I want to say October 8th is when it started becoming very very stable. That when you open it, you could just get into a game or get into the get into the game, the menu without having to wait like fucking 30 minutes, right? So that was nice and stable. And then I started playing comps, the competition mode as well as quick play, and boy, for me as a tank player, I was talking to Michael a little bit earlier before the show about it, and I find that I am so powerful as a tank. I kill like my damage score on average is about like 10,000 across almost every game, and I feel like as the tank, I was just like throwing my balls. What the hell is it called? The gravity spheres, and it was just like kill everyone. I could do the what is it called? The accretion. The ball.
Throwing the
Yeah,
rock.
yeah, yeah. What's it called?
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah,
accretion.
the accretion, getting the rock and just throwing it at them and just stunning them, and then throwing my gravity balls at them and or gravity spheres at them and just kills them. And oh god, it just feels so powerful. It feels really good. But then I realized like, hey Michael, is this thing broken? Because I usually never ever get like such a freaking high score, and I feel so like I was telling Michael, like whenever I'm pocketed by a mercy, I'm just like rah, I am invincible, and just throwing my balls around and just blocking everything. I'm absorbing everything, and I'm just like having the time of my life. And yeah, it's for me it's more or less the same. It's just one less tank for me to worry about, because usually in Overwatch 1 there's two tanks, but now in Overwatch 2 there's only one tank, and I am the only tank. And then so for me, I actually feel like I have this burden to be like, all right, we gotta go, and I gotta be the tank. It's kind of like being the Reinhardt, but I'm not Reinhardt. I'm Sigma, right? And then so I just have to be always in front of the team, and I'm I find myself pushing so much forward. I'm pushing the team. I'm pushing the enemy team backwards. Uh, so much so that they actually circumvent me and then kill all the supports in the back. And then I realized that, why isn't anyone healing me? And then I look past like, oh shit, I'm the only one here. And then I was like, oh my god. And then so that's something that I gotta train myself to do, not to keep pressing forward, because I just feel so powerful, just so immune to all the attacks when I'm being pocketed by Mercy. And what else? What else? Yeah. So I was telling you, Michael, that when I was playing in competitive, I I played, and then I won like at least 21 games straight, and then I was still at bronze 5. Bronze 5 is like the lowest tier level, and so finally this morning I played and I won my next 7 sets of games, or 7 or 8. I can't remember how many games you have to win or to get promoted. Finally, I am bronze 2. So overall, I think it's there isn't there isn't that huge of a difference in the game for me. I just feel like I am a lot more powerful, but I have a feeling that they're gonna change that very very soon. Because again, man, just feel so OP when I'm playing as Sigma. I'm just rolling on through, and it's great. But I also have a feeling I'm I'm at the bronze level, so therefore I'm playing with a lot of like noobs, and I'm just like taking advantage of it. And I think I need to hurry up and take advantage of it before they fix it, and then I'll be like, oh god, this is not fun, or not. It's not that it's not fun. It's like I can't take advantage of this little bug that the tanks are so OP. What else? Um, yeah, I guess that's my review of the game so far. So far, I've just been playing Sigma and I've been playing competition, and yeah, that's one fun thing that I'm doing right now is this relates to AI, the whole mid journey, creating art. So when I'm playing the game, every moment that I die, I am generating art. And every time I'm starting a new game, I'm generating art. And then so when I'm playing, art is being generated for me. So I'm actually working, but I'm also playing the video game. So I'm trying to hit two birds with one stone. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. And we actually got some people up in here. Hey, Apple, how are you doing? Bob Apple is here. Captain Blue says, "Are you guys worried that Overwatch 2 is balancing more to the esports player rather than the non-professional players?" Hold on, let me read that one more time. Michael, you probably understand that question a little bit more better than me. Are you guys worried that Overwatch 2 is bouncing more to the esports players rather than the so it's balancing towards professional versus uh like noobs and just average players? Um, I'm not too worried about it. Uh, I'm more worried about they're concentrating on making more money than having a fun experience. Um, I don't know, but Michael, you'll be able to explain a lot more when it's your turn to talk about it. But yeah, overall, I'm just glad Overwatch is back. I'm just glad to have a game that I can play during my breaks, and now with AI, I can play and generate art simultaneously. So yeah, two birds with one stone. So I'm very very happy. I'm content. I'm content. Plus it's free, so they will never ever make any money off of me because I'm a cheap motherfucker. So I will never be spending any money to buy any skins, any accessories, or anything like that. I will only buy credits when or no, buying is not the word. I will only earn credits through watching YouTube. Uh, what is it? Their esports thing when they have an esports when they're
Overwatch League.
yeah when they have an Overwatch League. That's when you obtain like tokens or whatever, and then that's the only way I will get free stuff. So they'll never ever make any money from me. The end. All right, Michael, your turn. What do you think about Overwatch? You played you got a little bit of chance to play it, and yeah. So what do you think?
Sure. Um, a tiny little bit of opportunity to play. I played the beta, whenever that was, like the beta that they did, where you could get a key by watching like select Twitch streams. I was part of that beta, so I got to play that one a little bit and was really disappointed at that time because I love the original Overwatch. It's one of my favorite games of all time. Rest in peace, Overwatch 1, now that it's gone forever. Or at least until, I don't know, people demand it be brought back, and then
Sure.
Blizzard is like, well, classic Overwatch is now available again, which would be cool. But I liked Overwatch, loved Overwatch 1, and I liked 6v6. I loved it. There were two tanks. I was not super happy that they went to 5v5. Um, so I kind of went into this game ready not be happy about it. And I was pretty disappointed with the beta. Well, especially because of the way tanks changed. I mean, like Chris, you're loving it. They've really the tanks are now kind of like super
Yeah.
DPS, and I don't know if that's a mistake or if that's intentional because they did specifically say when they switched to 5v5, one of the words that they used to describe their new approach with tanks was to make them brawlers. They wanted the game to be less about shields and sort of taking up specific positions and playing really defensively and having shields all over the place. And they really wanted tanks to be in the front line fighting people. So maybe this is exactly what they wanted, but it is a little strange to me that the tanks do more damage than the damage role now.
Right.
So I don't know. And that wasn't the case in Overwatch 1. In Overwatch 1, even with 2 tanks, the DPS still outdamaged, or was supposed to outdamage. Not when Chris and I would play, because we would always get stuck with DPS players who were
not so good.
That great job.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I like 6v6. I love the tank duo synergy and how different team comps were like really guided by the tanks that you picked. And that was kind of like what defined a lot of the meta was like, oh, are you guys playing dive with Winston and D.Va? Are you playing classic Rein Zarya comp? Are you one of the things that Chris and I kind of discovered towards the end there was the Sigma Wrecking Ball combination, which was fantastic because Chris would play Sigma, he would use a gravitic flux to grab everybody, pull them up into the air. I'd roll through, drop the mines down where everybody's going to come down, and then Chris would slam them into the mines. That was so fun, like having those kind of like tank synergies I really adored. Now, all of that said, I completely understand why they went with 5v5 and got rid of one of the tanks, because nobody wanted to play tank in Overwatch 1. It was, for years, the least played role. They had to make so many changes to the game to try to get people to play tank, including role queue, because there was a time when Overwatch was just totally open. Like, you would go in and play the game, and you could have a whole team of DPS in regular quick play. And so they made changes to, like, ensure, okay, if you're going to go into quick play, we're going to have 2 tanks, 2 DPS, and 2 healers, 2 support. And even then, there still weren't enough people playing tanks, so they started to incentivize it. The flex role was available, and you could get a loot box by queuing into tank. You get extra credits, to unlock stuff in the game by playing tank. And even still, wait times for DPS were crazy. Some of them were, like on a good day, 5 minutes, a 5-minute wait, whereas a tank could get into the game in like 30 seconds or less. And for some of the higher level players, especially in competitive, it was not unheard of for a DPS player to wait 40, 50, 60, 70, 90 minutes to get into a single game, which is just crazy.
Yeah.
So they needed to do something. I get it. I think they may have overcompensated with what is in Overwatch 2 now. I think getting rid of the one tank was probably sufficient. They probably didn't need to also make some of the pretty dramatic changes that they made to some of the tanks, in addition to, and even that, like, on paper makes sense. Like, okay, we're only going to have one tank now. We got to kind of reimagine what the game is going to be and try to rebalance around having just one tank. But I don't know. Tanks seem pretty OP now.
Very OP.
That was a long rant about that. Yeah, and Chris is a testament to that. He keeps sending me, post-game screenshots of like all the scorecard, which shows like the damage of every player, and Chris is doing as much damage as his DPS players combined.
Yeah, it's insane. Like more. Like I would have 12,800 something, and then both of them would have like 5,700, and then the other one is like 6,000. So you add those up together, it's not as high as mine. So I'm just like, what is going on? It's either a bug or I'm playing with newbies, or because normally my damage is not as crazy. Go ahead.
I thought of something when you said newbies. Yes, I think there are a lot of noobs in the game, and there are a lot of people who are still learning how to play, which is fine. Like, everybody's new at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, because like the very first game that I played, I had a couple of people who I could tell were brand new because they were just like, there was a Reaper who was like completely away from his team and was trying to like, I was playing Reinhardt and just blocking all his shots, and he was trying to get up to me, and then I just waited until he was reloading and then dropped my shield and
nice.
Back him, and then he died after me like 5 times and never got me, and I felt really bad. And they like yeah, were not expecting my ultimates when I had it, where I would have been like, oh yeah, I would have seen that coming a mile
You
away.
would
But they
have.
all just line up in front of
Yep.
me, hammer down.
Yeah.
um, so yeah, I think that's a factor too. I've played with quite a few noobs, even though I've only played it. I think so far because when it first launched October 4th, and there were all the problems, I didn't even bother checking it out. I didn't even play it until I think yesterday was the first time I played it. And I only played for like maybe 2 hours, something like that. Um, and a lot of my impressions from the beta still stand. I think the core gameplay is still pretty good, and yeah, I think 6v6 is better, and 5v5 comes at a loss to some of what made 6v6 and Overwatch in general so special. Because now it feels a lot more like just a generic deathmatch shooter to me. I understand a lot of people didn't like shields and thought the game was kind of slow paced. I kind of liked
I love it.
the pace of the game before.
Yeah.
But yeah, there were a couple of cases, like there's some screenshots you can see out there where there's like a Sigma in the game and he's got his shield out. There's an Orisa, she's got her shield out. Symmetra on the team has got her ultimate going, so there's a giant shield in the middle.
Yeah.
I get it. Sure.
Strategy. It's. I mean, that's what it is. Like, deal with it. There's shields. Deal with
I
it.
just get one Sombra in there with an EMP and all the shields are gone.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, that's kind of how I feel about that. But on the whole, the game was like I generally had fun. Noob situation aside, I got to play tank, DPS, and support. For me though, I think the bigger problems that I have with the game are from their monetization perspective and the new like design decisions from like art design and then also gameplay design. They're making some strange decisions there. But we'll start with the monetization thing. I totally understand if you want to have a game that lives as a live service game and is going to have continual content updates at a regular pace, you have to pay the people who are making the content. And I'm completely in favor of that. Like, yeah, I totally get it. That should be the case. But it doesn't need to be so egregious. It doesn't need to be. I mean, some of these, like, some of the things in the store are like one skin, a spray, an emote, and like a voice line or something. There's like 4 or 5 things, but only one of them is like a skin, and they want like $20 for it, and it's only for like one character.
Wow.
And the skins for the new characters, some of them are really not great. Like if you look at the legendaries, so Junker Queen is one of the heroes. She's got her base skin, and then she's got like a couple of legendary skins, and they all look super similar. Like they don't. It's not is in Overwatch, or it was in Overwatch 1, where you would have a hero who would have their base skin, and then when you looked at their legendaries, it was like a completely different character. Like they had, OG Reinhardt, and then one of his skins, he's like wearing his master's armor, and it's like covered in ivy and vines and stuff, and it's a completely different type of crusader than Reinhardt. Whereas with Junker Queen, it's like she's wearing the same boots, she's wearing a lot of the similar clothing pieces, but the top's a little bit different. She doesn't have her makeup, and her hair's like a different color or something. Like, wow, that's a legendary skin. Okay. Kiriko's kind of the same. She's got her base skin, and then her one legendary skin is basically the exact same skin, but instead of wearing the like kimono outer part, she's just got like a regular, like a windbreaker jacket.
Oh
and some
yeah,
headphones.
yeah. You're right.
And that's basically it. But like her pants are the same, her boots are the same, her gloves are the same with like a slight change of color on them. Like there's a edge detail color that's different. So the cosmetic stuff is it's less polished. They've obviously invested fewer resources into it than when they were doing the Overwatch 1 skins, and they want more for them, like a lot more, like a crazy amount of money.
Mm.
And I'm getting flashbacks to Halo Infinite's launch.
Oh,
When Halo
oh
Infinite
no.
came out, this was the same problem. Was like they
Oh.
had a battle pass system and a in-store shop that like the battle pass was miserable to grind through. Uh, Overwatch's battle pass system seems like it's not too bad to grind through because they're pretty generous with like giving you um, daily uh, daily rewards and weekly rewards and things like that, and they're pretty reasonable. The Halo ones were insane. They're basically like imagine if in Overwatch one of the daily goals was get 50 headshots as
Yeah.
Hanzo in a on this particular map against Widowmaker. Like like that would be they're not doing that in Overwatch. They definitely did things like
Mhm.
that in Halo that were miserable, so it's not that bad. But Halo did the same thing with like stuff in the store being crazy expensive. Like, hey, you want to, get this paint job for 3 guns? That'll be $15, please. Like, wow, $15 for the color red?
That's
That's
nuts.
nuts.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't know. The cosmetics obviously are cosmetic. You don't need them to play the
Right.
game. Um, but still, that was something that was always really cool and fun, especially when like a new seasonal event would come around. Everybody get really excited about all these amazing Overwatch skins that you could earn in the game, or you could just, you could pay real money to buy loot boxes, but you didn't have to. And the loot box drop rate in Overwatch 1 was actually pretty
Mm.
generous. I know generally loot boxes are, you know, the devil in video games, and nobody really likes them. But in Overwatch, like it really wasn't that big of a deal, like because you got so many of them. Like you play the game for an hour or two, and you'd get like 3 or 4 loot
Right.
boxes. So it's still frustrating if you're trying to like get a specific skin, having to open all those. Like I didn't get the one I wanted, but you could always buy it with coins. So I don't know. The loot boxes in Overwatch 1 weren't that bad. I never thought. And the cosmetic content was much better than it seems to be so far in Overwatch 2, with a couple exceptions. The new like cyberpunk skins in
Mhm.
Overwatch 2 are really
Yeah.
good. Like they look awesome. That new Genji skin is really
Right,
cool.
right, right. Captain Blueboo says, I go regularly to a game club with the university. We are a wide range of ages, but the younger generations are now okay with microtransactions and not owning their game. Companies only have to tough it out, and games as a service will be accepted too for those who never experienced what was before. Perhaps I am old man yelling at cloud. Um, yeah, I am with you, Captain Blue Blue. I want to pay $20 and own my game, and it's mine forever. And yeah, I don't do microtransaction. I did not grow up with microtransactions. I don't think I will ever be okay with it. Just my mindset that you always have to keep on paying. I don't like again. I fit the stereotypical Asians are cheap. That's me, baby. I don't like to pay anything that I don't need. If I could play Overwatch as a game without having to buy cosmetics, I'm absolutely okay with that. But again, like the younger generations, the new the I was gonna say the newer generation, the younger generation, they are okay with this concept. However, to me, I think it's really foolish. And come at me. But I think it's like I think it's all facade. Like you know, unless it makes you more powerful, like Genji's sword cuts sharper, does more damage. Then maybe you can pay for it, but then that'll really break the game. That'll just like make the game like super unfair, right? Yeah, don't do that. Never ever do that, right? That's the only time when I think to me it's like okay, now it's okay to pay for it because it'll make Genji stronger, but that's absolutely unethical to do that, in my opinion. But yeah, for me, it's like I do not want to keep paying for it in order to play it. I just want to pay it once and then be done with it. Captain Blue also says I would pay to win like Diablo Immortal. Um, yeah, I've heard pretty amazing, horrible things about Diablo Immortal. Cookie also says I think it's also an experience thing. Like you grow up with something, so you're used to it and won't care. Yeah, absolutely, Cookie. And Captain Blue says I would not pay to win. Yeah, exactly. For me, it's like why would you? Why would you do? But there are people out there. There's a reason why they do this is because people do pay to win. They do buy cosmetics. They do spend the micros transaction, and that's how they make money. People do that, and they do that, and it's just it's to me again. I'm a older, cheaper generation mindset. I'm sorry. I've been talking. Michael, what are your thoughts on that?
No, yeah, I share a lot of your and Captain Blue Blue and Cookie's sentiments. It yeah, I'm not a fan of the microtransaction stuff. I prefer to buy once and then own the game, or like I'm even okay with, to a certain extent, paying for like a monthly subscription for a thing. I really don't like doing for games. But for something like Overwatch, if it was reasonable enough and I knew that it was going to like hey, if just pay this small amount and then you get access to everything. Like even what they have right now with Overwatch 2, the $10 battle pass for a 9-week period of time, I'd be okay with that if that ensured that I was going to get everything. Like that there wasn't going to be additionally some stuff in the store that is going to be much more premium price that is not part of the battle pass. It's a totally separate thing. And I mean, and really, Blizzard's been doing that even during Overwatch 1. There were things that were that you could only get outside of the game by spending money. Like for example, if you went to BlizzCon, they always have goodies that they would give away where you could unlock stuff in World of Warcraft. You like get a pet in World of Warcraft, or you get some kind of special cosmetic item in Diablo. And in Overwatch, they would always have these really amazing skins. And most of them you could never get any other way. The like one exception that I can think of is the Sombra Demon Hunter skin, which was available at one of the BlizzCons. Somehow that one, somebody like Jeff Kaplan, I think at some point made a promise and said like, oh yeah, you'll be able to get the Sombra Demon Hunter skin in the game. And then it took a long time. Actually, they did one like special event for a week where like if you did this thing, you could get it. And so, but anyway, yeah, I'm a little bit of the old man yelling at the cloud at this point too. But the sad reality is, yes, the general gaming population is more than happy to pay for it. Like I think Overwatch 2 is going to make way more money than Overwatch 1, even with all these problems, even with everybody experiencing this absolute train wreck of a launch, all the servers being broken. And not everything that went wrong at launch was because of the DDoS attack, or the DDoS attack. There were some things that were on Blizzard's end where people were like you experienced one of these things, Chris, when you logged in and you're like, hey, I can't play Kiriko. I thought I was supposed to be able to because I've got Overwatch 1. That was a bug that was in the game that had nothing to do with the load on the servers or this external attack. So anyway, I'm off track. The point is, even despite all of that stuff, I think they're going to make an absolute crap ton of money. This is going to be the most profitable Overwatch has ever been, because that's just the way. I don't know. That is the way monetization works in the video game world now. And I'm like you. I'm super frugal. I can't warrant spending that kind of money. And so on the one hand, yeah, it's great that the game's free, but I liked it the way it was before. I'd prefer to pay once, or pay a small reasonable fee and know what I'm getting and know that I'm getting the full experience of the game. Not like, hey, how rich are you? Because that's going to determine how much of the game you get to experience.
Right.
Which is not as bad as the Diablo Immortal experience, which is like, hey, how rich are you? Because if you got enough money, we'll make you the best player in the game. Like you can actually, not only look better than the other players, but you can actually be better than the other players.
Right.
In Overwatch, it's really just like, you know, it's just looks. It's just about aesthetics. Hopefully, but there may come a point in time where heroes are going to be locked behind paywalls.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
in which case, if there's a cool new tank that comes out, then maybe you can't play it unless you spend money. Which I don't know.
See, I'm okay with. I guess I am okay with them, allowing people to obtain characters faster than the non-playing ones. As long as I know if I could grind like hard enough, for like let's just say Kiriko, right? Uh, it, for the people who do not have access to Kiriko, they have to. I don't know. Do they have to buy a? Do they have to purchase a battle pass in order to get her?
For new players, no. Kiriko is free, but you have to grind to level 55 in the free battle pass to get
Okay,
her.
see, that I am okay with. If people like,
I think.
like, for me, I am okay with it if people are willing to spend money in order to get something faster. Like, I'm okay with that. Like, for me, it's like as long as I know I could, if I keep playing, someday, like maybe in 3 months, I'll be able to get her, without having to pay. I'm okay with that. And for Blizzard to say, if you want to get her faster, buy some gems and buy some credits, you could unlock her sooner. Uh, that I am okay with. But as long as I know that, I can work my way up to getting her, then that's okay for me. It's just being able to play her. But like you said, if there's a paywall, like if there's a new tank that comes out and I can't play that tank if I don't spend X amount of money, then that sucks to me. Yeah.
Yeah, which uh, I can't. I mean, the messaging has been pretty unclear, so I don't blame myself for being confused. But I don't know which way this goes, but I'm pretty sure there is the possibility that future tank or future characters, period, future
Yeah.
heroes will be locked behind paywalls because they've specifically said that that's the most engaging form of content in the game,
Mm.
and so that's the one where they're going to, paywall it.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And yeah,
I a little funny story. When I was with my ex fiance, we both play this game called Clash of Clans, and in that game, it's either you level up by building your thing and then you have to upgrade it, and upgrade takes about, like, depending on how high of a level you are, the lower level you are, the quicker it upgrades, but the higher level you are, a fortress, a level 49 fortress upgrading it to a level 50 fortress, it might take like 2 weeks, right? But if you have gems, then you could instantly upgrade from 49 to 50, bam, like that. But in order to get gems, you have to buy gems, right? So you're paying for time basically, right? And then so when I was with my ex fiance, one day she spent $100 on gems, and I got so upset at her. I'm like, why are you buying gems? Why are you wasting money on this? I got like really, I wasn't pissed at her, but I was just really frustrated at the fact that she spent money on nothing, money on digital time, and I'm just like, why would you? So yeah, that kind of stuff makes me super super angry. That fun fact, just putting it out there. Captain Blue says Diablo Immortal earned $100 million. Holy fuck, that's insane. Cookie says I want a game that I can only unlock skins by actually unlocking it myself without money and battle passes. That would be nice. Yeah.
yeah, the good old
Yep,
days.
exactly. Captain Blue says a player paid 10,000 K dollars. Holy shit. He became the
100K,
100K. What did I say? 10. Oh,
10.
10. 100K. Wow. He became the best player in the game instantly, but never got to play because the lobby couldn't match him with anyone. He
Yeah,
wanted a refund, but never got it, of course. It is true, lonely at the top. Yeah, holy cow. See, that's the thing, man. If people are willing to do this kind of stuff, then the video game developers will be like, "Hey, there are people out there who's willing to, spend money on this type of, transactional deal, then they're going to keep doing it. They're going to keep on doing it." So, yeah, that's unfortunately. But, the good news, silver lining is that, Overwatch is free to play, and I'm not gonna complain too much because it's as long as I could play for free, I'm down with it, and they're not making any money off of me. I mean, if there's something amazing, if they come out with like Overwatch 3 and it has like some amazing features, I'm more than happy to pay for it. I mean, like now programs like. Uh, I mean, I don't want again. I was gonna bring in like Photoshop, like paying us monthly subscription. It's just no. I'm sticking with Photoshop CS6. I'm not going to do monthly subscription. That's bullshit. Like, but for me, I don't mind paying $100 for a program for me to own and use for a lifetime. This might not be related to video games at all. This is just me ranting about uh paying for monthly subscription based deals. But anyways, going back to the game. Yeah, I don't mind paying for a game as long as I know I could, upgrade stuff on my own, obtain skins on my own and not having to pay for extra stuff. So that's me. But yeah, overall I think Overwatch 2 is a fun game. I've been playing it for the past 2 days without any issues, and I think I'm gonna keep on playing it, and hopefully, Michael, you'll keep playing it too, because you're like the person that got me in. But it's obviously up to you if you want to keep playing it or not.
In the immediate short term, I'll definitely keep playing to hang out with you and play with you there, but I'm not super excited
Mm,
about the long-term future of
mm,
Overwatch. I mean, over the past several months, like a year plus probably, I think we've seen like gradual attrition of talent from the team. And and no slight to the people who are still there, the team that's still working on it. I'm sure they're as dedicated and passionate as ever, and very talented people. But I think a lot of the original talent that made Overwatch so special is gone, and I'm worried that the game will just continue to degrade from here, and will be and that lightning in a bottle magic that was the original Overwatch that set the entire video game world on fire, um, is just gone.
oh man, yeah, that.
But for now, it's
Mhm,
okay,
mhm.
and I will see you in the game at some
Okay,
point.
good, good, good. As long as we get to still hang out and play an Overwatch. I mean, you don't have to be excited about it, but as long as I have a buddy to play in it,
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna play like this the whole time. Be grumpy.
uh, Captain Blue says, Age of Empires 2 have been there for you since '99. Reject anime, reject anime waifus. Return to Wololo. What's Wololo?
I don't know what Wololo
Uh,
is.
uh,
Captain Blue,
yeah,
educate us.
educate us.
We're boomers.
Educate us,
I don't know what you're talking
please.
about.
All right.
I understood everything up to that point,
Yeah.
though.
Yes, yes. What is Wololo? Okay, so if you guys haven't,
Are we ready to transition?
yeah, let's go ahead and thank you, Michael, for sharing with us your views on Arcane as well as Overwatch. Yeah, so that's very cool.
Sure. Before we jump into the MCU thing, could I take a quick
Oh
restroom
no,
break?
yes, and we're going to jump into art. So let me
Oh,
while
that's
while you,
right.
while you do
Yes.
that, I will set up all the artwork, so that we can actually
Okay.
check out some of your
Yes.
guys' amazing work. So feel free
Okay.
to go.
Be right
Yeah,
back.
cool. Feel free to go you take a break, and then let me set up this right now, and we will share some of the amazing work that you guys have been doing. So let me share screen, And let me go screens, and let me go screen number 4, and we're live. Ah, don't look at this. Don't look at this. This is not what you're supposed to be looking at. You're supposed to be looking at this. All right. Let me do this. Yeah. Are you guys seeing that? No, you guys are seeing the thing. So let me go here. Boom. Okay, very cool. You guys are looking at my Discord, and unfortunately, I think if I do this, okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Wow, Pirate Princess, you've been busy. And we got artwork from June. We got art from Pirate Princess. We got work from Captain Blue Blue. Yeah. And we also got work from Apple. She updated some the Hierophant. That is awesome. Added a lot more details, added more colors. And Cookie, you're making me turn my head. You did a Scream sketch. That's so cool. All right, we're gonna take a look at all this. This is very very cool. All right. Cookie, if you get a chance, can you upload a version that's upright, not flipped? I mean, what you have is fine, but if I do click on it, this is what we're gonna see. But yeah, if you get a chance, go ahead and upload a more vertical version of that. So thank you, thank you. All right. We will wait until Michael gets back, and then we will take a look at Pirate Princess. And by the way, this is Gentleman Heavy's amazing work. His painting on this miniature tank. It's freaking amazing. Oh my god, it's so good. So good, Gentleman Heavy. I know you're not here right now, but look at that freaking detail, man. God. Yeah, you should do this professionally. I know it takes a long time, but you definitely have the chops for it. Very, very, very cool. And just going back up again, these are some paintings. This is all from last week, guys. This is paintings from a collective people, Tom T. Cart, as well as Star Litten. These are done by Leak. Leak, yeah, and these are really really amazing, almost like storyboarding environmental pieces. This is something that we at Disney do a lot of, kind of to show the environment as well as show the mood and feel of what is going on inside this space, as well as showing like the happy emotions and everything. Hey, welcome back, Michael. We're just taking a look at some of the past last week's, and while we were waiting.
Sure.
So yeah, these are all amazing. Thank you so much again, Leak, as well as the Gentleman Heavy. Again, this tank, freaking amazing, man. So
Oh yeah, I remember that thing.
freaking good. All the textures, detail, and everything. God, amazing. All right, so we will take a look at Pirate Princess. Pirates. Here's what I've been up to. I'm sewing doll clothes for some smart dolls my sister and I would like. What are smart dolls? Uh,
I don't know.
with that said, these are done. I'm not a sewing expert, so I'm looking at these and I'm just gonna say these are really good because I can't do it. And yeah, I believe this is a skirt. This is probably a skirt, right?
Sure looks
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. This has all the princess on there. It has a Cinderella, Belle. Wait, hold on. Which one's Cinderella? Cinderella is no. This is Snow White. This one is Snow White.
Correct.
Cinderella is Cinderella. 9 days.
The the
The blue
blue
one,
one.
right? This is Sleeping Beauty then.
Yes, I
Okay.
think you're right. And then the
It's
yellow
Belle.
one is
Right.
Belle.
And then this one is Rapunzel. These are cute.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Ah, nice. And
Yeah, these are
yeah, these
great.
are really really cute. And this one reminds me of a Japanese motif. Yeah,
Yep.
right?
I thought the same thing when I saw
Yeah.
that.
So cool. I'm not crazy. Yeah. Yeah, this is beautiful. Beautiful work, Pirate. If you're here, I would love to know how long it took you to make these? Hey Terratan. Hey Apple. Terratan says fish scales. This one reminds her of fish scales, which yeah, that's true. That's
Mm-hmm.
very very true. Yeah, this is amazing work. I'm curious. If you're in the chat right now, Pirate, I'd love to know. Did you do these by hand or did you have a sewing machine? And how long did it take for you to do all this? This is some intricate work. And you said you're creating this for a smart doll, right?
Yeah, I imagine this is sewing machine.
You think so?
Uh, because yeah, doing stuff by hand, it's pretty hard to get it that like to do that much and to do that precise. Like even with the sewing
Mm-hmm.
machine,
Mm-hmm.
uh, I can imagine it would be pretty difficult to sew such small garments.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I there's one point in time where I had the brilliant idea that I would tailor my own clothes, and it was so
Oh wow.
difficult. I'm sure I could have, if I put in more time, I could have gotten it. But it's not the sort of thing where like, oh yeah, easy peasy. You just like get the clothes and then run it under the machine, and then it's sewn. No, you really have to do a lot of like measurement and get a lot of experience of like sewing a specific line and having it fit
Yeah.
properly. It's yeah, more difficult than you would
Yeah. Yeah.
think.
Yeah. I actually I was in a phase of creating clothes, and I say a phase because I it's the shiny object syndrome. Is that you like, oh
Mm.
hey, maybe I could do this, and then you try it out, and then I was like, oh shit, I'm not really that good. I even bought a sewing machine, and then I'm like, I used it like maybe 5 times, and then I never use it again. It's one of the brothers the
Oh yeah,
brothers
yeah.
sewing machine.
That's the one that
Yeah,
I
there
had,
you go.
or that's the brand that
Yeah,
I had.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, thank you so much, Pirate Princess. Yeah, I wish you were here to you can educate us on how you made these. Um, Captain Cookie says super cool work. Requires math. Yeah, definitely. You got to measure and everything, right? Captain Blue says I sewed
Mm-hmm.
my own fencing jacket once, and wow. I also hand sewn medieval hoods in the historical way. Holy cow, that's
Cool.
really really impressive. I was gonna say he like created like chainmail and stuff. That'd be amazing. Wow. Terratan says Chris video froze and now it seems to be delayed. Yeah, whenever I'm on Discord, it's something is happening between Discord as well as OBS and plus streaming. So I don't know what the hell's going on, and I appreciate your guys' patience and just listen to my words. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Yeah, just concentrate on my words. And it's not as important as this amazing art by let's say June, and June is always doing amazing art every single freaking day. This is a digital painting of some characters. I'm not. Hold on, let me see. Uh,
It's like Disco
Disco
Elysium
Elysium.
again.
There you go. There you go. Sorry, Captain Blue Blues ask. Actually, hold on. Let me go up. Apple says my grandmother is a seamstress. So much math. There you go.
Cool.
Apple confirmed what Cookie said. Apparently, there's a lot of math, and that makes sense that I'm not doing it because I'm awful at math. Captain Blue says, "Did you guys have to learn sewing in elementary school too?" Michael, did you? I did not.
Nope.
Yeah, we. I mean, the only thing that sewing wise, maybe home ec in high school, but that was just like a quarter of a semester that we had to deal with home ec stuff, like learning how to bake and all that. You know, home ec, whatever home ec.
Wow. Did you have to do that?
Yeah, yeah. In high school, was it high school? Yeah, we had to take a home ec class, and then we had to learn how to sew, and then make ba- how to bake, and it was very interesting. Yeah, it was
Wow.
like it wasn't a it was not a full on class for like a whole year. It was just like something that we did for like 3 weeks, and then that was it. Um, So it was really weird. I can't even remember exactly what we did for that, but I remember baking cookies, as well as I had to sew some stuff with my hands. We had to make a throw pillow. I think it was quite interesting. Terratan. Oh
Wow.
no. Captain Blue Blue says, you need beeswax to not ruin the thread with friction. Uh, I I did not know that. I believe you, and that's a good tip. So next time, whenever I deal with threads, I will have to get some beeswax. I did not know that. That's so interesting. Terratan says we need VTuber model reactive. Make things simpler. Uh well, yeah, to deal with not dealing with the Discord thing, right? Cookie says, I did in high school. There you go. There you go. I'm not the only one. Terratan says, I had sewing in middle school, junior high school. I still have plushies I made in class. Oh, that is so awesome. Embalmed Apple says, home ec, yes. But my grandmother taught me starting at 6ish. Ooh, that is awesome. That's freaking, man. I wish my grandmother did that for me, or taught me how to sew. Because actually my grandmother was actually really good at sewing too. So, but unfortunately, she did not pass that skill down to me. So you're blessed, Apple. You're so blessed. Cookie says, "Me too. I made a teddy bear for the first time. Well, that's awesome." Captain Blue says, "For like 4 years in elementary school, we switched every half year between wood shop and sewing lessons." Oh, in elementary school, huh? Well, this is Sweden. Captain Blue Blue lives in Sweden, so he is not of the American educational system. We unfortunately do not have cool stuff like wood shop. Oh no, we had wood shop. We had wood shop, but we don't really have any classes for sewing. I think sewing is so awesome, man. Captain Blue says elementary school is wrong. I think. Cookie says I did home ec in high school about 7th to 9th. I did it. Nice. Captain Blue says primary or middle school. We have different systems. Yeah, yeah. For me, it was in high school that we had home ec. I think. I think. So let's say between 10 and 15. Nice. But yes, okay. So let's get back to June's painting. Yes, this was from Disco Elysium. I still don't know what that property is, but apparently everyone really, really likes it. Is it a video game or a show, Michael? Do you know? It's a video game. It's a
It's a
video game.
video game.
Ah, okay.
Hmm.
So this is awesome. And June also did a painting of Kim Jong Gi. Unfortunately, the art community has lost one of the most talented slash amazing artists ever.
Oh no.
This guy, his name is Kim Jong Gi, and he does everything traditionally. I mean, he does digital stuff, but he's one of those people that has the image of what he wants to draw in his mind, and he feels uncomfortable unless he starts to draw it out with I believe he uses kind of like a Sumi ink brush, and everything that he does is so beautiful, so amazing, so whimsical, so dynamic. And he it's funny that we talk a little bit about our health in the beginning of the show. Michael, you said that the heart is very, very important. Like, if that goes out, then everything is game over. Unfortunately, he died of a heart attack, and he was so young. He was like 40. He was
Yeah.
47, and yeah, so
Oh my
so young,
God.
and he was like a hero to all my teachers, and I mean as me as well. A lot of my favorite artists looks up to this guy, and it's when I heard the news, I was like shocked because he is so young. He is so young, and um, yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say, but he had such a huge impact in the art community. Everyone wanted to be him. Everyone was so inspired by him. His technique was so awesome. He could just like go up to a table or go up to a blank wall and just create a fucking masterpiece in real life. A,
A
a
whole
whole
mural.
fucking mural. He is absolutely amazing. So yeah, rest in peace, Kim Jong Gi. He's for those of you guys who know him, know how amazing his work is. For those of you guys who don't know him, feel free to check him out because his work is absolutely inspirational. Talk about line art. Talk about the just uh, walking in between the lines, between the worlds of drawing line art and painting. He is like right in the middle, and he's able to create stuff like in real time. Amazing, amazing person. So yeah,
And like an absolute master of perspective. Like anytime I saw him drawing something, I was just blown away by his ability, like his mastery of depth and the shapes of things and the way things recede into into the distance. Yeah, that man, I didn't even know about any of this. I'm shocked and super
yeah,
bummed.
47, man. I mean, he could have given us 40 more years of amazing art, and yeah, that's that. So whenever you said the whole, yeah, like the heart, and I'm just like, yeah, I knew we were gonna have to talk about this a little bit, but we definitely lost this amazing art. And yeah, like you said, the perspective and everything, he's just like he just puts down the ink. He doesn't even do like a quick line art sketch or anything like how we do.
Yeah,
No
no
guidelines.
guidelines.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
right out
he's
of his
just like,
head.
all right, I'm fucking confident. I'm just gonna put down the line and just boom. It looks so freaking good. So yeah, I have nothing more to say, but he is an amazing artist. I don't know him personally. I don't know how he's like in real life. I'm sure I want to think he's a super nice guy. All my mentors, all my teachers, they all met him before, so I'm just going to assume that he's an amazing person. So yeah, amazing job, June, painting Kim Jong Gi to honor his amazing artist. Uh, Cookie says we have woodwork, metalwork, fashion, home ec, and normal classes. And yeah, and she says, rest in peace. Captain Blue says, rest in peace for real one. Cookie says, I had a look at his work, and his work is so impressive. Yeah, absolutely. Massive pieces too. Exactly. It's huge. It's like from a little tiny brush to create like a whole freaking canvas. It's amazing. And Riley Star is here. Hello, Riley Star. We're just looking at some amazing artwork for tonight. Welcome, welcome. I remember you came in last week and you're like, wait, this isn't art, because I think we were talking about uh the MCU tiers. Yeah, it
Marvel.
was we were talking about the movies. Apple says same perception like that on demand always fascinated me. Absolutely. Apple says perspective. Silly phone. Oh, she's on the phone right now. Riley says, "Hey, Blue Blue only woke up. Vaccine booster had me laid out most of the day. Ah, she got boosted, and I'm sure it. Yeah, when I got boosted, the first time I got boosted, it was it was fine, but the second time I got boosted, it like totally knocked me out. It took my yeah, it took me like a day to recover. So hopefully you're doing much better, Riley. And thank you so much for being here. It's so awesome. And yes, we are finally looking at art today. Captain Booba says, "Ouch, are you okay?" Cookie says his Instagram if you want to take a look, and I believe she posted his Kim Jong Gi's Instagram. So thank you so much, Cookie, for doing that for us. Thank you. Riley Star says, "Ha ha ha, yeah." That's referring to when we were doing the MCU tier, which we will do after this. After this, we will be doing the MCU tier. We will continue our ranking of the Marvel movies, and then this is the work in progress that June is working on. She's done some amazing. I mean, these are awesome. I mean, I look at it, I know exactly who it is. I mean, Walter White, Jesse, Gus Fring. Um, oh God, I forgot his name. Um, sh- yeah,
Mike, I think, right?
Airman Trout. Airman Trout. Yeah, 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 yeah. Good job. You got the first name. I got the last name. Mike Ehrman Trout.
I didn't remember that last name at all, so
Yeah,
I'm
thank you
glad you
for
got
giving
it.
me the first name so I can remember his last name. Teamwork, baby. Yeah, so that's really awesome. Thank you so much, June. Okay, so now this is Captain Blue Blue's sketch that he worked on today. And hold on, let me go ahead. Let me see if I could open up a bigger version. Yep. So let
Okay.
me let me let me pull this out. Oh, Firefox is installing your updates and we're starting in a few moments. All right, so let me pull this out of the way. Don't look at this. Don't look at this chart. We're not ready for this yet. Hold on. My Firefox is restarting. And oh boy, my computer is like dying right now.
Uh-oh.
Come on, man. Open original. There you go. Wow, what is going on with my computer? Yeah, I'm totally frozen. But as long as you can see me, that's good. All right, here it is.
Well, I think you're
Yeah,
frozen.
I'm frozen, but you could still hear me, right, guys?
Yep, you're frozen both on the stream
Yeah.
and on Discord,
Yeah.
which is interesting. But
All right,
I can still hear
don't
you.
worry about my face. My face is not that important. Okay. All right, so let's give some feedback to Captain Blue Blue. So Captain Blue Blue has created some thumbnails for his spaceship. He is a captain, and he needs to be a captain of a spaceship. So let's go ahead and take a look. You guys in the chat, look at it, and give us your number. Which one you guys like the best? And we could give the feedback to Captain Blue Blue, and he could take it and then make some develop his spaceship further based off of these thumbnails. So this is my first time looking at it. I saw 1 through 5, I think. Well, all the upper top left quadrant right here. I saw all these, but I haven't seen any of the new ones yet. So these are kind of cool. These are awesome. Captain Blue says, facts, cruise. Okay, so his spaceship is supposed to fit 600 people. It's a non-navy vessel, but with weapon capability. Can carry dropships. Ooh, nice. Hold on. Let me see.
And then, sorry, did we say that are these are different perspectives, right? Some of these are like bird's eye view, some are profile, some are three-quarter
Yeah, I
view,
would say
right?
so. Yeah, I mean, looking at the silhouettes, because it'd be kind of weird if some of them were, yeah.
Yeah, because
So
yeah, some of the silhouettes look like bird's eye view, some look profile, but then some of the sketches look like they're actual like
yeah,
three-quarter view or
yeah,
like a
yeah, yeah. I
perspective.
think he was just like kind of going all out and just having fun with it. Yeah,
Just
yeah,
experimenting. Sure.
So I'm looking at it right now, and number 10 right here kind of reminds me of a origami bird. Yeah, that's so
Oh
cute.
yeah. Captain Blue Blue, what is the species that engineered this? Is it an alien species? Is it a human species? Is it an alien species that has specific quirks to it? Any sort of like additional storytelling, story world bits you have would definitely inform my opinion on the matter. But these are cool. Good job. And I love that you're doing this kind of exploration. These things are always so fun to me to like, it is both to do and also to see other people do and be able to and evaluate and see like all the different directions that these sorts of that a design can go. So this is cool.
Yeah.
And thank you for sharing.
Captain Blue says humans mainly interacting with other humans. So this is a human ship.
Okay.
Cookie says 17
Got
is
it.
cool.
Cool.
So yeah, this one right here. Yeah, this is really cool. Captain Blue says
Yep, that's the one that I was pretty fond of too.
basically humans are fighting for colony territories. It's funny how the ones that I really like are in perspective and has a 3/4 view instead of just the top-down silhouettes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which ones do you
I
like?
like 17, 22, and 27, and the reason why is because there's just some interesting shape going here. It feels like, a drop ship can be like clamped by these two structures. And it just makes a cool shape. This is like the hull, right?
Mm-hmm.
27 reminds me of a a helicopter. What's it called? Like a VTOL helicopter.
Like
Yeah,
an
yeah, yeah.
osprey.
So yeah, that's really really cool. 22 kind of reminds me of Battlestar Galactica, the Galactica ship. It kind of has that
Mm-hmm.
shape. So currently, I love 22, 17, and 27. Just to give a quick opinion.
Sure. Yeah, good choices. Yeah, I think I like 17 the best, particularly because of the like those claws that kind of come out the front, and then you have that really cool wheel in the middle there. Especially if I'm imagining, I know Captain Blue, you said this was a kind of like a ship sized for about 600 people, but I'm kind of imagining 17 to be possibly even bigger than that. Um, Maybe like Pillar of Autumn. I don't know if you're a Halo player, but like Pillar of Autumn sized, that's a pretty big ship. But I don't know, that might be kind of cool. And then the other thing too, that I like, but maybe at least the way that I'm interpreting the silhouette. Number 5 looks like a really cool um, aquatic creature design, like inspired by like an aquatic creature. So I can imagine that being maybe some kind of seas where their homeworld is like an ocean planet or something. And I love the whiskers or the tusks at the like front of that silhouette. I think
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
really cool. But yeah, good work.
Yeah,
These are all
no,
really neat.
Captain Blue, thank you so much for doing these and sharing this with us. I cannot wait to see the next development phase. Because I've been through this, I know how it is, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Because this actually, to be honest, this is the fun part. The next part is, the more tedious, like actually figuring out what
Mm,
shapes. I mean, what is this shape doing, right? What is this doing? I mean, it's a cool shape, but what's the functionality of it, right? That's when it becomes a little
mhm.
bit more laborious and tedious, and you have to really think about it. And it's not just like, oh, this shape is cool. You got to put some thought behind it, and I hate putting thought behind stuff. I'm a lazy mofo. I just like pretty things. It's all about aesthetics for me.
And then it gets even easier and more fun when you have to turn it into a 3D
Oh
model,
yeah,
right,
yeah. You
Chris?
you gotta model it. You gotta unwrap it, and you gotta texture it. It's like, oh my god, so much fun. You guys can't see it. It's because it's delayed. I'm making a like yakking face. Bleh, bleh, bleh. Let me see. Captain Blue Boo says, basically humans are. Oh, I read that already. Cookie says, so many good ones. Good work, Blue Boo. 20 has a cool silhouette. Blue Boo says, oh yeah, I love all these feedbacks. Yeah, that's awesome. Cookie says, a ship that is robotic. Hold on. Cookie says, a ship that is robotic, animal going through space. Oh, I think she's talking about number 5. Yeah. Captain Blue says,
There you
I'm
go.
partial for number 6 and 23 myself. 6. Where's 6? Oh, 6 right here. Yeah. Yep.
Yep, right
It's kind
there.
of funny.
Mhm.
6
Yeah,
is
I mean that
kind
one's
of
cool
like
too.
a three-quarter view of 5 a little bit. I mean, not really, because there's like this two
Mm,
little things at the bottom. It feels like 6 is like it's
hmm.
like a version, like a three-quarter version of 5. And
Sure.
23, which one's 23? This one right here. I For me, this right here looks like a villain ship. Uh because it feels, cuz there's spikes on it,
Mm,
cuz that's how elementary my head is. Like anything that has like I don't know, protrusions like that, it reminds me of claws, and if it's sharp, if it can cut you, it's a villain ship. I know I'm very racist is not the right word. I'm a shapist. I don't know. It's like obviously, just by looking at this, I'm prejudging it already. But that's how I feel. That's how I feel when I look at this. Thanks, guys. I have visions for 23. Could also be freaking cool. Yeah, 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 yeah. So this is cool. Captain Blue Blue, please keep
Absolutely.
working on this. I want to see which one you pick, and then I want to see the next phase of it. So this is awesome. Thank you so much, Captain Blue Blue. All right. Next we have the finish. Oh, she finished it. Oh, this is awesome. So she finished this, and oh god, what is going on with my computer? It's so slow. So she has finished the 28 by 20. I'm sorry, the 18 by 24. I was like, wow, that's huge. 18 by 24 ink and Prisma pencil, uh, tarot card. It's not really a card. It's like a, yeah, it's like a
Oh my
freaking
gosh.
canvas painting. This is a Hierophant.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
it's huge.
it's amazing. Lots of detail. Great coloring too.
Yeah. Yeah, and what was the medium? You said this
Ink,
was
ink and Prisma
pencil?
pencil. So color pencil, right? Yeah.
Wow. Oh my goodness. That's doubly impressive because like I've done some pretty intense like colored pencil work. Like color, yeah, colored pencil work where I, did a sketch and then inked it and then did the colored pencils and that was just on like an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper and I wanted to like
Yeah.
rip my hair out. Um, so this is really impressive that you're able to cover such a huge footprint.
Yeah.
And it looks great. Like this looks really cool. It's got so much
You
texture to it
have a
too.
lot of patience, Apple. I have nothing but respect for you because, like Michael said, if I had to do this traditionally, I would be pulling my hair out as well. And the fact that you have so many.
Yeah, and you must have like a really big bump on your finger from holding the pencil for that long. I know I always get like a huge callus on my
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
finger to like, where the pencil is being held. So
Apple says, "Yep, finish him on stream today. Nice. They will be shrunk for printing. I hope you're putting this on the card,
oh,
right? That
cool.
because that's this is the other tarot cards. Cookie says, "Really nicely done." Apple says, "I use mineral spirits to blend my pencils for a smoother finish."
Oh,
I am
I don't know what mineral
yeah.
spirits are, but
That's
that's
I'm
cool.
kind of curious to see that in action. Maybe I could go back to your VOD and see how you do it. Uh, that's awesome, man. Zooming out, seeing it from an overview. This is. I just realized this person has 3 arms and 3 eyes.
Yep.
Uh,
Or there's
yeah,
somebody
yeah.
hiding under the cloak
I
who's
didn't
holding the
realize that
book.
until I zoomed out because I was more concentrating on the line art, the technical aspect of it. But yeah, I'm looking at it
Mm-hmm.
now, and wow, that's that's pretty cool. Cookie. Oh, hold on. Blue Blue says, love the gold. Reminds me. Cookie says reminds me of actual gold a little. Yeah, it has a little bit of a shimmering quality to it too. Yeah. So
Totally.
that's very awesome. Captain Blue Blue says, "How do you do that?" Apple says, "I do. I start the Chariot Tuesday." Oh, it's the other. It's another card. Captain Blue Blue says, "Is that like turpentine?" Regarding the mineral spirits. And she says, "Yes." Nice. Apple says he's 3 of each. Well, there you go. Nice, nice.
Rock
Thank you
on.
so much, Apple. This is awesome. I cannot wait to see your
Yeah.
the chariot. So that's freaking awesome, man.
Good job.
All right. Next one. Thank you so much, Cookie, for rotating it for me so that I don't have to turn my head. This is cute. This is very very cute. This is I don't know how to feel about this, man, cuz I don't know. The scream mask is always freaky to me, but it's on top of this like adorable
hmm
figure. If I just put my head or not my head, my hand over the face, it's like, oh look, a really nice, body with like wearing cute clothes, and then all of a sudden you have this like, oh my god, it's the scream face. Ah,
Yeah, it's like the Scream Killer as the maid,
yeah,
as a
and
French
it's I just
maid.
realized it's actually blushing. It's blushing.
Yeah,
That's pretty funny.
that's pretty good.
That's awesome. Cookie, really quick. Have you been
Love it.
working or playing around with the metal canvas? Metal canvas? You know that 3D thing that you showed us? That was really really cool. Remember, Michael? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh
Curious,
yeah,
Cookie, have you?
that
Yeah,
thing
that
was
was
awesome.
freaking amazing. Cookie says, I was just playing around. She says, Kinktober. Oh, she's part of. You heard of Inktober, right, Michael? Yeah.
Inktober,
Yeah,
yes,
so
not
Kinktober is
Pinktober though.
something that, to my knowledge, is something Kat Vaughn, a streamer, as well as she's partnering with another person. It's instead of Inktober, they do Kinktober. It's basically like all the not safe for work, not very, but it's like lewd versions of a list of like, for example, like day one is Shibari, day two is I don't remember what day two is like. Uh, I don't remember, but it's just like a whole bunch of different types of like bondage or like a mask or something with an animal, something with something else. There's like so many different very fun items to draw. I wanted to do it, but I got really busy and I'm like totally behind. It's already day 9, so I'm just like, oh god, I don't know if I could do something that I haven't begun. Everyone's so ahead of me, so I don't know. But Cookie, this is awesome. Are you going to keep on doing the Kinktober thing? I think that is pretty cool.
And if this was for Kinktober, what was the prompt?
Maybe
I would
maybe
love
it's
to know what
I think it might be
inspired
Mask.
this.
I think it's Mask.
Oh,
I think
okay.
she's gonna have to
Oh,
answer.
gotcha.
But I think Kat Vaughn also did one with a mask. That's why I'm saying Mask. There you go. Cookie says Mask. There you go. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay,
Apple says, "I'm
gotcha.
so here for Kinktober." Yeah. Cookie also says it's very long process. You have to do layer by layer and make every layer. Oh, she's talking about the metal canvas. Yeah, it's a
Mm,
pain in the ass. I'm very sure.
mm-hmm.
So this is awesome. Thank you
Sure.
so much, guys. Again, every Sunday we take a look at your guys' amazing art. So for those of you guys watching in this chat right now, if you want to be featured on our little show, we will more than gladly take a look. This is awesome. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for sharing. And like I always say, whenever we share our art, it's always as if we are sharing a little bit of our soul to people, right? And it's scary. So you guys are very, very brave to share your art with the rest of the world, right? So yeah. Terratan says Ian Art does Oppa Tober. Oppa is
I think that's
what? Oppa.
opai,
What?
which is a Japanese term, but I don't
Yeah,
know
I
what
don't
it
know what
means.
Oppa. What does Oppa mean?
I should know, but I don't. Is it a Japanese fetish? It's
I think
that. Mm,
I
I don't
hear
know.
Koreans say that a lot. Like,
Oh, is it
oh, Japanese for
boobies?
boobies. Oh,
I thought Mune was,
it might.
well, maybe Mune is like chest or breast or something. Opai is like
Mm.
boobs.
Is it? It might be like a slang, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't doubt
Yeah.
that you guys are right. I'm just,
Ooh, boobies.
that's
Yeah, yeah,
interesting. I
yeah.
didn't know
Ian
that.
Art.
Now
He's
I know.
he likes boobies. Um, yeah, yeah.
Who doesn't?
Well, for me, I'm okay. Like I don't need my females to have super huge boobs. For me, it's all about like slender and
Mm,
everything is proportional. Um, Even if you have like a female with like
hmm.
gigantic boobs, I'm just like, well, it's not really proportional to her butt, So it's like, I don't think it's. I want it balanced, like Thanos says, as all things should be balanced. Yes. With that said, let's
There you go.
transition to our chart. So last week, you guys, Michael and I, as well as Cookie, we essentially jotted down all of our favorites, or not favorite, but all of the Marvel movies in our chart, and this is what we have. And we've went through, I believe, all the way up to Captain. No, 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 no. We went all the way.
Thor: Dark World was, I think, the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
last
You're
one that
right.
we
Thor:
did.
Dark World. No, this is Thor. Uh, yeah, this is regular Thor.
That's regular Thor.
Oh,
You got
yeah,
to
yeah,
go
yeah,
lower
yeah,
on the
yeah.
list.
That's right.
Everybody didn't
Yeah,
like Thor.
Thor: Dark
There
World.
it is.
And let me just let's just go through this. So really, really quick, guys. So on the S tier, we also have Rotten Tomatoes, critics and audience. We were very, very curious as to how they ranked them, and we got Chris and we got Michael. Or I call myself Chris. I got me, and then you got Michael, and then Cookie participated as well. Cookie is very, very. She's very strict uh on her rankings because she has nothing for S or A yet. So she's saving them for the best movies. All right, let's just go through S really quick. So for the S tier, critics have says the Avengers and Iron Man is really, really good. For me, I have Iron Man as the S tier, and so does Michael. So both Michael and I, we really, really like Iron Man 1. We think that's on the S tier. And then this is the A tier. Uh, A tier audience and Rotten Tomatoes, they push Avengers as well as Iron Man. And for me, it's Avengers and Iron Man. Wait a second. That's not right. Uh, yeah, no, that's right.
That's
Yeah, yeah,
Iron
yeah,
Man 2.
yeah. I don't care what you guys say. I liked Iron Man too, so suck on it. Suck on it. Yeah. And I'm not gonna go through all of them because that'll take forever. But just go through really, really quick. So this is B, and I apologize if it's like really, really tiny because there's just so many movies and I just had to make space for it. So yeah. Essentially the best movies that Michael and I like is Iron Man, and then the really crap movies is also Iron Man. So Iron Man 3 and Iron Man 3 for both Michael and myself, we place it in F because we did not like Iron Man 3. Iron Man 3 was shit, in my opinion. Iron Man 1 and 2 is really, really good, but 3, bleh, I hated it. All right, so Michael, the next movies that we're going to talk about is. Where the hell did it go? Captain America: The Winter Soldier. All right.
Mm,
I'm gonna have
Came out in
2016.
2016.
Are you sure? It says 14 right here.
Oh yeah, you're right. It does. Well, Wikipedia says. Oh nope.
There
Yep,
you go.
2014.
Nice, nice.
I
All
misread.
right, cool. Michael, you go first. Where do you put Captain America: The Winter Soldier?
Oh boy. Um, where do I put Captain America: The Winter Soldier? I will say that I really, really like this movie. I am a huge fan of like Mission Impossible type
Espionage, right?
movies, and uh, yeah, not all. So like, I'm not a big fan of like the Bourne movies, and there are only some James Bond movies that I like. But I like the genre when it's done to my tastes. And this movie feels like a spy movie, like a Mission Impossible
Yeah.
movie in the MCU. And I feel like it's there's certain scenes in The Winter Soldier that are just awesome, breathtaking. Like the and by the way, for anybody watching any of the movies that we're going to talk about, there's going to be spoilers, so I'm not going to preface by saying like, "Whoop, spoiler coming." So if you don't want to, if you haven't seen Captain America: The Winter Soldier, plug your ears or stop watching this and go watch that because it's
Yeah.
really good and it's worth watching. The scene where Nick Fury is in that like Escalade and he's going somewhere and then he like gets ambushed and they like crash his car and then they're trying to get at him and they have that like
Oh yeah.
jackhammer thing that like anchors into the ground and they're like punching it like punches his car and it's trying to crack the it's like oh my god it was just so intense and I love like it's so interesting to see Captain America transplanted from the greatest generation into the modern era and all of his ideals come with him and to see that kind of boy scout morality existing in the surveillance state of
Hmm.
modern America and him kind of pushing against that, I was like really impressed that this superhero movie was going there, and I thought, man, that's super cool. Um,
Hmm.
the music's great. The special effects are really good. The fight scenes, most of the fight scenes are pretty good. I was actually kind of bored at the very beginning of this movie, like the
The
the thing that
ship,
takes
right?
place on the
Yeah, it was on a
the
ship.
tanker
Yeah.
or that like ship, that like cargo ship thing. Especially because like there's a guy that he fights. It's a named character, but I don't remember who
Yeah,
that character is. If you
that
know, Chris, you
that
could feel
that
free
guy
to
he
spit it
fights,
out. But
he
there's
was also the Toad in the X-Men. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
what?
You know that guy who,
Really?
yeah, the guy who had his
Wow.
tongue on the railing and then Storm like electrocuted the railing. If I don't know if you remember that part. Yeah, so
Oh, I
he
don't
was
remember
that
that.
actor.
It's been a
Yeah,
long time
yeah. So
since
he
I
was
saw
that
that movie.
actor that was fighting Storm, and now he's fighting Captain America.
Oh,
Yep.
interesting. Okay. Well, I I was super bored during that fight scene, and I also kind of felt like, what is this? Like this lowly henchman has this epic, like multi-minute, well, maybe not a multi-minute, but like a minute and a half fight scene with Captain America, and they're kind of like going toe to toe, like the same Captain America who later on will go on to face off with Iron Man and even Thanos at one point. Like this guy should be like, Captain America just flick him and he would
Right.
fly off the railing. Like I don't know. It seemed a little silly to me that you would have just this rando henchman be able to, actually hold his own with Captain America for a little while. And I don't know, there weren't any stakes there or anything. But the rest of the movie is actually really cool. And to see the different, uh, like the relationship between Cap and Black Widow, um, develop as he doesn't really know if he can trust her because she's got her own sort of like side agenda that's going on, and he feels like he's not being informed, and he doesn't know if Nick Fury is playing him, and they go down the rabbit hole together. It's cool. It's really
Hmm.
awesome. It's a lot of fun. I really love this movie. I think it's a
Nice.
solid A tier for me.
All right. Michael says A. Wow, this is your first A. Nice.
It is.
And Cookie says C. I don't really remember a lot of that movie. Oh boy. I'm gonna put it here. Feel free to tell me uh where 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 in the sea goes. Is it ahead of Dark World? Is it ahead of Avengers? Okay, I'm just gonna put it right here. Um, man, Cookie is a tough critic.
And we don't have columns for everybody here, and it would probably be impractical for us to do so. But feel free, anybody who's with us right now in the chat, if you want to weigh in and let us know what tier you would put Winter Soldier, please do. We would love
Yeah,
to.
thank you so
We'd
much,
love to know
Michael,
your
for saying that.
thoughts.
Totally forgot. Yep, please let us know. All right, my turn, and I will put this. Uh, to be super honest, I kind of agree with what Cookie is saying. I remember some parts of it. It did not have a huge impact on me. It didn't make me go, "Oh my god, this is the greatest movie ever." But I know a lot of people love this movie. A lot of people felt that, just like you said, it was an espionage movie. It's like a spy movie. It's like a totally different tone than a Thor, a Iron Man, a Ant Man. Anything else. This is like a spy movie. It's so cool. Everyone loved it. For me, it was okay. It was okay. Like Cookie, I can't remember a lot of what is happening. I remember Bucky's in there. Peep. Yeah, cause he was like the bad guy, right? He's like terrorizing everything.
He
Yeah, yeah.
is
He
the
was
Winter
the Winter
Soldier.
Soldier. Uh, Natasha Romanoff, aka the Black Widow, was in there. I believe they also visited the brain, that the guy in the computer. I forgot his name, right?
Mm-hmm.
That scene was kind of cool. Um, I'm gonna put this movie on a B. Because like I said, I don't remember a lot of it. It didn't have a huge impact on me, but I will put it in front of the first one. Actually, I don't know. No, no, no. Yeah, 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 yeah. I do know. It is better than the first one, in my opinion. Yeah, I wish I could have more things to say about Captain America: The Winter Soldier. It's because everyone loved this movie, and for me, I just don't really remember it all too much. But I remember it was a good movie. It was very, very entertaining. I was very, I was like, oh, this is fun. I'm noticing something on this poster that is totally distracting me. Black Widow and Samuel Jackson, they both got the same S curve going, so it's like it's making me feel a little bit unbalanced. I mean, Cap is like he's centering everything, but I
Mm,
kind of wish Samuel Jackson
hmm.
was leaning the other way so that it feels a little bit more, a little bit
Yeah.
better. Hold on, let me see if I could do this. Uh, cause yeah, it just feels like he's totally leaning the other way. I don't like it.
Hmm.
Yeah, it feels
Mirror it. There
now. It
you go.
feels a little bit better.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
That's totally
So
better.
I'm not crazy, right? Anyways, that's just me nitpicking on
Yep.
something that I have no talent in. I don't design posters, and I know how amazing these all freaking look. Tara says Samuel Jackson is like, damn, looking at Captain America's ass. Yep, it's
That's right.
America's ass. Yeah. Kiki says I would judge it better if I remembered it properly. Same here. Absolutely. I'm right there with you, Cookie. Unfortunately, I've seen this probably twice and I don't remember a lot of it. And okay, so Michael, what does the critics and audience have to say about
Oh,
uh Captain America the Winter Soldier? And I'm just going to keep talking until you get it up.
which one would you guys like to know
Whoa!
first,
Before
critics
that,
or audience?
I will give my prediction. And chat too. Let us know what your prediction of the critics and the audience. I predict that uh, the Winter Soldier is probably A, and then the audience is probably S. Hot take. And then Cookie says AA. Okay, so she says A and A. So this is Cookie. Anyone else? Please let us know your opinion. And Michael, go ahead.
All right. Critics score first. The critics rank Captain America: The Winter Soldier
Yeah,
A
we got that
tier.
right. Sweet.
And next,
The fans.
the
What do
fans.
they say?
Captain America: Winter Soldier. Hmm. I don't know how much to say about this. I don't know if I can say more about this than just the tier without giving away other things. So I'm not going to say anything else. And we'll put a little marker here that Michael has an interesting thing to say about this later once we got everything up on
Oh,
there. Well, or
I
you'll
have no
see
idea.
maybe.
I have no
I don't
idea
know.
what you're talking about, but
Anyway,
I totally will do whatever you want me to do.
yeah. Well, there's an
Okay. All
interesting
right.
thing that
All
will be
right.
revealed
You got it.
later about this. Audience score
S
for
S
Captain
S S
America:
S S S S
Winter
S.
Soldier
What?
A tier.
Aw, Cookie, you're
Yep.
right. Embalmed Apple says, I gotta run. Have fun, y'all. All right, have a great night. Yeah, thank you so much, Apple, for being here. Bye. Oh,
Bye,
I'm
Apple.
actually synced up now. Yeah. Bye. Thank you for hanging out with us. All right.
Oh, yeah, and just as a reminder, the way that we're getting the Rotten Tomatoes rankings is I went and looked at all of the percentages for each of them and basically rank them relative to each other. So I tried to make sure that each rank um, represented like a certain percentage range of movies. So that's kind of how I did that. But I had to like futz with it a little. It's not as simple as, oh, S tier is everything that's like 95% to 100%. It doesn't it didn't I wanted it to work out that
Uh,
way, but it didn't quite work out that way because for reasons I can go into a more explicit detail once they're all on the board, but I did my best to kind of like relatively break things out. So if you feel like a little gypped by some of these, uh, maybe once we get everything up there, you'll feel a little bit more
okay.
redeemed about your
Oh,
guesses
and Michael,
at some point.
I want to say that Captain America: The Winter Soldier goes right in between Avengers and Iron Man.
Oh, right. I need to tell you.
I think. I
Let's
think.
see here.
I'm betting. I'm betting
It
$1. One
goes.
dollar that it goes right between Avengers.
ah, It goes
What?
ahead of both of them. Yep.
Are you
Audiences like Captain America: The Winter Soldier more than
more
both
than
of those movies.
Avengers? Uh,
Yep.
wow. Okay, I owe someone $1. Damn. Okay. Uh, that's wow. Okay. So, so good
But
job,
yeah,
Cookie. Yeah.
whoever
Yeah,
took
you
that
get a
bet,
buck.
you get a buck.
Cookie, good job. Wow, she nailed it. AA. All right, very cool. Okay. We're
Cookie is in tune with the Rotten
yeah,
Tomatoes
yeah,
audience.
yeah.
They're
What the hell?
perfectly mind melded.
And so Michael, you agree with both the audience and the critics, apparently. Yeah. Good job.
Yeah. Yep. I feel
Good
very
job.
much in sync with them on
All
that
right,
one.
let me go ahead and save the file. My computer is like so unstable right now. All right. All right, we're gonna do one more since
No.
it's 9 p.m. We're just gonna do one more, and then we will do more next week. Or no, not next week. Yeah, next week.
Excellent.
What Wednesday?
Next.
Yeah, it is next week.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
So the
Next stream.
next movie we're gonna talk about is the Guardians of Galaxy. All right. All right. I'm just gonna zoom in. And it's still kind of pixelated, so sorry about that. Okay, so
Oh, that's weird. But like, it's less pixelated when you zoom in than when you blow it up.
because
That's
because I'm
interesting.
stretching the pixels, and plus I didn't press enter yet, so it's like super stretched.
Oh.
Okay, so a little bit about the Guardians of the Galaxy. For me, I had no idea who the fuck they were. I was like, a raccoon? That is so dumb. A tree? That is so stupid. And who is this? What's his name? Drax. I don't know this Drax person. Who's this green chick? And what's Andy doing in a Marvel movie? Because he's from what's that show called again? Parks and Rec. Parks and Rec is Andy from Parks and Rec, right? Chris Pratt.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
I had no idea
Mhm.
who these people were, but I fell in love with them. They're like a bunch of misfits and turn, from enemies into a family. And the story is awesome. I love the fact that, he has a really beautiful relationship, or had a beautiful relationship with his mother, right? I myself, I'm pretty close with my mom, and I'm a mama's boy, and he totally had the relationship. It was a good mother son relationship, and they were torn away and everything. And I thought this movie was a lot of fun, was so different than all the other Marvel movies that was, essentially based on Earth, right? We got a little bit of glimpse of the universe, the outside of Earth in, Avengers with the whole Chitauri scenario, right? But I thought the Guardians of the Galaxy was a lot of fun. We saw a lot of wacky things, and it was directed by now one of my favorite directors, James Gunn. I think anything that he touches more or less turns to gold. And I thought that Disney made a fucking dumbass move when they fired him based off of his old tweets. I was like, oh, you guys done messed up. And then DC acquired him and got him to direct a few of their movies. So I was like, good, good. I'm glad some other not nitwits, is able to use James Gunn. So, anyways, with that said, I like this movie. This movie is super memorable. It's a lot of fun. I love the interaction with each one of these characters. Like, for example, I love Avengers. I love any movies that has more than one more than one main character in it, right? And they could like feed off of one another's energy. And I think it's such a fun movie. It's good. It's good. And I place it in I think I'm gonna place it in A. I'm gonna put it in A, and I will put this. Um, sorry, give me one moment. This is kind of hard. Uh,
Sure. Take your time.
okay, so if I had a knight just to watch any movies. Yep, 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 yep. I would definitely want to
Mm.
watch Guardians of the Galaxy in front of
Wow.
Avengers. Hot take. And Cookie says A. Yeah, finally we
There
finally
you
get
go.
an A movie from Cookie. That yeah, she doesn't
Oh
have
yeah, you're right.
anything in A.
So far, Cookie's
Yeah, that's
highest
awesome.
rated movie,
All right,
Guardians.
Michael, what say you?
Well, I'm gonna tell you where I put
Okay.
it, and then I'll explain why. At the very top of
B
B
tier.
tier. So in front of Iron Man 2.
Explain yourself.
Mm-hmm. I really like Guardians. I
Uh-huh,
don't
uh-huh.
love Guardians. And I wonder if it was because so many people raved about it so much before I saw it. Like I had so many people just gushing about it that I kind of went in expecting it to really like blow me away. I had like the experience that I think you had, Chris, where you were like, "What the f is this?" And you kind of went in and were like pleasantly surprised that like, "Oh wow, that dumb raccoon is actually
Yeah.
kind of charming and funny and endearing, and that dumb tree is actually one of the like most empathetic
Yeah.
characters in this entire movie." Um, yeah, mine was kind of the opposite. I was like, all right, people are saying that this is going to be a mind-blowing
Oh
experience.
no.
Let's see what you got. And yeah, going in there with that mindset for any movie, like you're going to be kind of underwhelmed. Um, it's good. It has a lot of personality. I love the opening sequence with Chris Pratt where he's got his headphones on and he's dancing and the music's really good and he's like singing into a microphone, but it's
Yeah,
it's one
yeah.
of those little like space rats. Um, like that was really funny. So it has a lot of great stuff. But and again, I just want to say that my ranking here is relative to the other Marvel movies. So I would rate Guardians of the Galaxy above probably the average movie or the the average like movie in general, not just Marvel movies. I think most of the Marvel movies that we're going to be seeing on this list are kind of like a cut
Yeah.
above the typical film. Um, but within the Marvel universe, I like it a lot. I don't like it as much as some of the other things we may see in my A tier, but it's good, and I really enjoy the characters. I don't really have a whole lot of negative to say about it, other than um, I just like it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't love it.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with you. Like what you said about like Groot and Rocket. I love their father son. Oh, it wasn't father son. Then it was more like a buddy relationship. And the
Almost like a
yeah, yeah,
big
yeah,
brother
yeah.
and a little
And
brother.
like at the end of the movie when he's like he's like, "We are Groot," and oh my god, that made me so emotional. I don't, I usually don't tear up in movies, but that point in time, that really hit my heart. I'm just like, oh god, that is so that's so heartwarming, and he sacrificed himself for the the team, right? And then we got a little baby Groot out of that, so that was it's a feel good movie, and I really enjoyed it, and I'm glad you like it too, Michael. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cookie says, "I love this movie. Characters I feel are amazing. I love how it ties together with Thanos. Yeah." She also says, "That's a fair way to rate it, Michael." Terratan says, "I watched a friend play the video game. The story there is pretty good." Oh, nice. Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. I've heard that Guardians
Yeah.
video game is
Yeah,
actually
yeah, yeah.
really good from what I've
That's
heard.
why I've heard as well. It was positively reviewed. Cookie says, "I also love the emotion a lot of them play through out the movie. It feels more real, if that makes sense." Yep, absolutely. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I love it too. All right. So next, let me guess. Oh, shoot. And you guys can guess as well. Where does Guardians of Galaxy fits in the Rotten Tomato category? Uh, um, Cookie says A's, so both A's this time, huh? You think she's right again? Huh? Usually she's usually right about this.
When in doubt, trust Cookie.
I'm gonna. Oh wait, she says A and S.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say B, and then B.
What?
Yeah, I liked it, but I don't
Okay.
know if the critics or the audience liked it. Uh, yeah. Terratan says, quote from Drax, there, embrace the panic, Peter Quill. It is the essence of fatherhood. When Peter is faced with the prospect of one of his past flings possibly resulted in a child. Yeah, I love Drax, man. He's like so candid. He's silly. I love him.
Yeah, my favorite Drax, like how he's just so literal. Like, when they're like, "Oh man, this is going over your head."
Yeah,
Nothing
yeah,
can
yeah,
go
yeah,
over my head.
yeah,
I would catch it. I'm too
yeah.
fast.
That's so funny.
Whatever he
Yeah,
says.
there was a line
Like, oh,
in
that's
the
adorable.
second Guardians of the Galaxy movie. He basically, it was with Mantis, I think, and then he basically like totally just laughed at Quill. I forgot what the line was. He was just like, I was
Yeah.
just like, damn, man, that's so harsh, but I love it. That's funny. Cookie says, don't trust me, haha. I'm biased on this one. Cookie says, fun fact, he is apparently a representation for autism. Ooh, I didn't know that. Wow. That's a
Really
yeah,
interesting.
that's a fun
Yeah, I
fact.
didn't know that.
Nice. Thank you for that, Cookie. All right, Michael. Give us the result.
All
Let's
right,
see
you ready?
how wrong I am. God. Oh
You ready to
jeez.
have your socks knocked off? For Rotten Tomatoes critics, Guardians of the Galaxy is
Oh
S
shit, we
tier.
both got it wrong. Really? Whoa.
Yeah, critics
Wow.
loved this
Okay.
movie.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Wow, I'm so wrong.
Yeah.
And
Like,
I'm gonna say it's between Iron Man
mhm.
and Galaxy. And Avengers. Oh, sweet. Yeah, go
Correct.
me.
And the audience score is A tier.
Well, shit. Both Cookie and I were wrong on both counts.
Yeah, it was. I think it was the mirror
Yeah,
version of
yeah.
Cookie's
And
guess, and it goes right
oh,
behind
okay,
Winter
got it.
Soldier. So they like Winter Soldier better, but then Guardians
I'm
above
glad to hear
Avengers
that.
and Iron Man.
I'm happy to hear that. That's great. I did not know that it was so well received.
And by the way, I don't know if I misspoke before or if they just got jumbled up, but
Oh,
Iron Man and Avengers
oh,
should be switched. Audience liked
okay.
Iron Man better than Avengers.
Oh, okay. No
I may
worries.
have
No
screwed
worries.
that
No
up
worries.
before. Sorry.
Oh wow, they liked Iron Man better than Avengers. Go Iron Man. That's awesome.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Cookie says, it does make sense. I was opposite. Yeah, you're basically just flipped. Um, but you were wrong. Doesn't
Mhm.
matter. You were wrong. I was wrong. Everyone was wrong. I just don't want her to be right because every time she's always right. Yeah.
Chris is going to take this moment to revel in the
Yeah.
fact that he didn't
I did not lose.
he didn't
Therefore,
lose.
you did not win. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, I'm not. Well, very cool. This is awesome. All right, so let's which movie did we do? We did Captain America: Winter Soldier, and we did Guardians of the Galaxy. And let's see where I put it
Mhm.
again. So both the movies that we reviewed today for me, they're both in A. So that's awesome. And for Michael, Michael had Guardians of the Galaxy and oh wait.
Well, we kind of are mirrored versions of each other on
Oh
these movies.
yeah.
You did Guardians A and Cap B, and I did Cap A and
Yeah.
Guardians B.
Yeah. And Cookie, and congratulations to Guardians of the Galaxy for making it onto Cookie's first ever A tier list. And unfortunately, Captain America didn't.
It's a very elite
Oh yeah, I know, right?
ranking to be in.
Um,
Can't wait to see what's in Cookie's S tier, if
yeah,
anything. I don't.
that's
Maybe
true.
there's nothing.
That's very true.
We'll see.
Cool. And I'm gonna go ahead and save. Sweet. Sweet. This has been a lot
Rock
of fun.
on.
Lots of fun. All right, I'm gonna stop. Boom.
Yeah. So next time we'll do Avengers Ultron and Ant-Man and whatever comes after
Yeah,
that.
very cool.
But that'll be next.
Again, this has been a great idea, Michael. Michael basically came up with this idea for us to rank these movies, because these are the movies that we more or less everyone has watched because they're so good, right? Cookie says, "Ah, I told you I was biased on that one. There will be.
I think Cookie's
Oh,
referring to
got it.
S tier
Yeah,
movie.
okay.
There will be something
Sweet.
in S tier.
Cookie says it's
So
a
I
lot of
can't
fun.
wait to
Yeah,
see.
I'm glad you're liking it, Cookie. But yeah, if you guys want to participate, please let me know. I would be more than happy to create another, list for you guys. I have Cookie here because she kind of started with us in the beginning. So yeah, thank you so much, Cookie, for hanging out and playing with us. But yeah, we will do more Wednesday. And that's about it for tonight. Thank you guys for sticking around and hey, just essentially just hanging out with us, talking about Overwatch and movies and
Yeah.
taking a look at your amazing artwork. Yeah. So again, if you guys have anything you guys want to put into the Discord, here is the social. Go ahead and follow the link, and this is my social as well as Michael's social. So if you guys want to follow us, go ahead and click on it and find us at our respective platforms. And you can follow me on twitch.tv/Lead Design Studio. And I want to do a little plug for myself really quickly. Let me show you guys. Currently, I have a Kickstarter going on, and let me show this to you super fast. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. Scene 3, and then go to this. And yeah, sorry, it's kind of bright. And currently, I have this going on right now. I created these mini poker decks, and I'm just gonna turn this down a lot because it's super loud. I created these decks, and they are little tiny mini cards that I've created. They're 4 characters. It's the panda, kitty, bunny, and penguin, and it has been successfully funded. And oh wow, it actually went up, so that's cool. And there's 18 more days to go. So if you guys would like to pick yourself up any one of these decks or just one deck, and 1, 2, 3, or 4, the more you get, the more discount you will get. And yeah, so I hope you like them. And Michael, and I sent you the image, and I thank you so much for your the feedback about having a regular size card and a smaller mini size card. That definitely makes a huge difference because yeah, the size comparison is so big. I'm just like, oh wow, I'm so glad I did this, and I'll show you guys after this video is over. But yeah, Michael, thank you so much, man. Yeah, and it's
My
almost
pleasure.
over. We're at the Kings. Kings is all I love yous. Yeah, and then you got the little thing with the butt. Yeah, thank you so much for your amazing support. All right, and then just scrolling down, and I'll just show you really quick. So this is what it's going to look like. These are the cards. And Terratan, if you're still there, thank you so much for pledging. Thank you so much for your support, Terratan, as well as Impux if you're watching Impux. Thank you also for supporting. So these are all the designs. If you guys want to take a look at it, as well as here's the card dimension, and yeah, so this is the size of which this is the regular size playing cards, and then you got my little tiny mini size playing cards. Yeah, so yes, that's what I've been working on, and I hope you guys like it. And that's it for me. That's all the plugging I will do of myself. That sounds so dirty. Yeah.
That's great, man.
And yeah, Kingtober. And
Kinktober, buddy.
yep,
You plug
exactly.
yourself all you
And
want.
yes, you can also find me on twitch.tv, and I'm a little bit frozen, but that's oh, look at me, I'm going super fast, crazy. Yeah, you can find me on twitch.tv at Lee Design Studio, where I like to draw cute anime pinup girls. And Michael, where can they find you, good sir?
So we've got that link. You can find my various social media, which I'm not very active on right now. But now that I'm getting close to coming out of my cocoon of taking a break from doing, you should see me start to become a lot more active and get my act together with what I'm doing with my social media. I don't have that all figured out just yet, but stay tuned. In the meantime, if you're interested in supporting me, you are interested in storytelling and you like to read, I've got a book available, Blockbuster Blueprint, available on Amazon.com, which basically explains how best-selling stories work. So you can check that out. I also have other books coming in the future. Stay tuned for those. In the meantime, the best place to find me is right here on the Creative Tavern every Wednesday and Sunday
Yeah,
at 7
and
p.m. Pacific.
yes, we will be streaming on next Wednesday. So please come and hang out with us. And it's going to be a little bit more laid back. We're not just going to be talking about you know the video games that we've been working on, which is I don't know about you, Michael, but it's a lot more relaxing to do these shows. It's not so stressful, man.
That's so
Actually,
stressful.
I mean, not to say we weren't having fun before, but it felt like homework. It felt like homework, like trying all right guys,
Yeah.
this is my assignment, this is what I was doing, please let me know what you guys, it felt
Yep.
stressful. But doing this, like talking about Overwatch, talking about looking at your guys' artwork, it's like eating dessert and then eating more dessert and then playing games, right? So that is, for me at least, is a lot more fun. I don't know how you feel about it, Michael, but I'm having so much more fun. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. This is way easier, way more fun than the other thing. But it takes hard work and
Yeah.
stress
Yeah.
and anxiety and homework to
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
do creative
Absolutely.
stuff. So,
All right. All right.
but this
We
is fun.
will see you guys on Wednesday. Until then, please take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. Please stay healthy and safe. Lissy, I don't know if you're still here, but I hope you feel better. Lissy says, you know, feeling under the weather, because of Hurricane Ian. But yeah, feel better. And you guys take care of yourselves too, okay? Terratan, Cookie, as well as anyone else who is still watching Captain Blue Blue. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Until then, please take care. All right, we'll see you Wednesday. Bye.